I'm building my own lightsaber from scratch because you can't be a true Jedi until you've built your own lightsaber. I've been working on this for the past few years, and it just keeps getting better and better and more developed. So let me show you what I've got. So a lot of these parts here are 3D printed. We're using this Creality CR10, which we found to just be phenomenal. And the resolution is just amazing. One thing that's actually really cool is this part here is threaded. And I was able to print this entirely without any support material in the threads. The only support material that was needed for this was just in these little holes here, and it pokes right out. It's beautiful. So there's the inside thread. This here is how I access the electronics in here and get the various switches and knobs. And then here's the RGB LED. These are 3-watt LEDs, which are quite bright. And they actually get so hot that I took a heat sink from an old CPU and put it on the mill and just cut out this shape so that we can dissipate the heat. And then can load that segment right on here and then lock it down. There we go. And so then here, the saber is powered by a little phone charger power bank. I found a cylindrical one, ripped it out of the housing that it came with. So I've got this battery that charges via USB, which is pretty convenient. And I just 3D printed this housing that just slides right inside the body, which is a PVC pipe. Just like that. The outer housing was originally a piece of PVC pipe, and I intend to do that again. But at the moment, for prototyping purposes, because I changed the design from the original PVC pipe that I had, I just 3D printed this because I can. So then the grip in here is also 3D printed. This is printed out of TPU filament, so very flexible. It's not quite as rubbery as I would like, so maybe I'll try something like Ninja Flex in the future, but this works very well aesthetically. So here's the core PVC pipe. I turned it down on the lathe here so that I could fit the grip, and then milled out this hole here to be able to plug all of the electronics in there. And the heart of it here is this little Arduino Nano microcontroller. So I was able to program that to interface with these buttons and dials to control the brightness, the color, changing between any color since I have red, green, and blue. And then there's this little power distribution board kind of thing going on here with 3 MOSFETs to be able to turn on and off the high amount of current that these LEDs require, since the Arduino can't source that much on its own without exploding. The lightsaber blade is made out of this 1-inch with 1/8 inch wall thickness polycarbonate tube, which is actually strong enough to be hit by a sledgehammer and not even flinch. So very strong blade, turned down just a little bit so that it fits right here into the emitter section, and eventually this will be held in by a set screw so that it is very sturdy and won't come out when swinging it. The inside of the blade is just cellophane gift wrap. You wrap it up a few layers on the inside there, and when the light shines down it, it gives it that kind of that core glowing effect that you see in the movies. And then at the end, I have a piece of reflective tape to catch any light that just shines straight down, and then we bring it back so we don't lose as much of the light. This is just holding my phone flashlight up to the lightsaber. This is not as nearly as bright as it's going to be, but since the lightsaber is currently under electrical maintenance, this is a demonstration. I drew all of this up in CAD so that I would be able to just get a preview of what this looks like and then be able to 3D print it. So I can just kind of pull the various assembly parts away. You can see, for example, here's I have the LED modeled there, my various switches and everything. So that's a tour of my custom lightsaber. I think with 3D printing it really opens up the possibilities to be quite artistic with your design. And so I hope that this inspires you.